a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Luis Suárez. Luis Alberto Suárez Díaz, commonly known as Luis Suárez, is a Uruguayan professional footballer who plays as a striker for Spanish club Barcelona and the Uruguay national team. Often regarded as one of the best players in the world, Suárez has won 14 trophies in his career, including 4 league titles, a UEFA Champions League title and a Copa América. A prolific goalscorer, Suárez has won 2 European Golden Shoes, an Eredivisie Golden Boot, a Premier League Golden Boot, as well as ending the 6-year dominance of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo by winning La Liga's Pichichi trophy in 2016. In October 2015, he scored his 300th senior career goal for club and country. Suárez notched his 400th goal 2 years later, in December 2017. Suárez began his career as a youth player for Nacional in 2003. At age 19, he relocated to the Netherlands to play for Groningen, before transferring to Ajax in 2007. He won his first trophy in 2010, the KNVB Cup, finishing the season as the league's top scorer and was named Dutch Footballer of the Year. A year later, he helped Ajax secure the Eredivisie title, and scored his 100th Ajax goal. In January 2011, Suárez transferred to Liverpool, and won the League Cup in his first full season at the club. In 2014, he was named the PFA Players Player of the Year and the FWA Footballer of the Year, as well as winning the Premier League Golden Boot, and sharing the European Golden Shoe with Cristiano Ronaldo before moving to Barcelona in a transfer worth €82.3 million, making him one of the most expensive players in football history. In his first season at Barcelona, Suárez starred in an attacking trio alongside Lionel Messi and Neymar, helping the club win a historic second continental treble of La Liga, the Copa del Rey and the UEFA Champions League. The trio scored a total of 122 goals that season, the most for an attacking front three in Spanish football history. In his second season at the club, Suárez won his first Pichichi trophy as well as his second European Golden Shoe, for which he became the first player since 2009 to win both awards other than Messi or Ronaldo. He ended the season with a total of 40 league goals, 14 of which came in his last 5 matches, and 16 assists, becoming the first player in history to top La Liga in both goals and assists. Suárez is Uruguay's all-time leading goalscorer. At the 2010 FIFA World Cup, he played an important role in Uruguay's 4th-place finish, scoring 3 goals, as well as controversially blocking a goal-bound extra-time header with his hands during the quarter-final against Ghana. At the 2011 Copa América, Suárez scored 4 goals as Uruguay won a record 15th Copa América, and he was named Player of the Tournament. At the 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil, Suárez scored his 40th international goal. Suárez has been a source of controversy throughout his career, as well as his goal-line handball. He has also beaten opponents on 3 separate occasions. He has also been accused of and admitted to diving, and in 2011, the FA found him guilty of racially abusing Patrice Evra, a decision Suárez disputes. Youth. Suárez lived his early years at the Cerro neighborhood in Salto, where he played baby football at Sportivo Artigas. At age 7, he moved with his family to La Comercial neighborhood in Montevideo, where he played baby football at Heritu FC in La Blanquida. Nacional. Suárez joined local side Nacional's youth team at age 14. At age 16, Suárez headbutted a referee following a red card. One night, he was caught drinking and partying, prompting his coach to threaten he would never play unless he started playing football more seriously. In May 2005, at age 18, Suárez made his first team debut against Junior de Barranquilla in the Copa Libertadores. He scored his first goal in September 2005 and helped Nacional win the 2005-06 Uruguayan League with 10 goals in 27 matches. Suárez was found by a group of scouts from the Dutch club Groningen when they were in Uruguay to scout another player. As they watched, he won and converted a penalty and scored a wonder goal against Defensor. After watching only that match, The scouts approached Suárez and said they wanted to buy him, and after the season, Groningen paid Nacional €800,000 for him. Suárez was thrilled to go to Europe, because his girlfriend and current wife, Sofia Balbi, had moved to Barcelona. They had maintained a long-distance relationship for a year, and he wanted to move closer to her. Groningen. Suárez was 19 years old when he joined Groningen. The Groningen management had discovered Suárez coincidentally when they attended a Nacional match with the intent to scout another player. Initially, Suárez struggled, because he could not speak Dutch or English, and he played on the second team to adjust to the Dutch game. His teammate and fellow Uruguayan, Bruno Silva, helped him settle into living in the Netherlands and playing for a new team. He worked hard to learn Dutch and his teammates respected him for his efforts with the language. Suárez scored goals for Groningen, but he also had disciplinary problems. In one 5-game stretch in January 2007, he scored 4 goals, but received 3 yellow cards and 1 red card. Suárez especially made his mark in a 4-3 home win over Vitesse, when with 10 minutes to go he subsequently won a penalty and scored 2 goals. Suárez ended with 10 goals in 29 league appearances to help Groningen finish 8th in the 2006-07 Eredivisie. He also scored in a 4-2 loss to Serbian club Partizan in his European debut. Ajax saw potential in Suárez and offered Groningen €3.5 million for him, but Groningen rejected the offer. Suárez was upset and brought his case to the Royal Dutch Football Association's arbitration committee to try to facilitate the sale. The arbitration committee ruled against him on 9 August 2007, but that same day, Ajax increased their offer to €7.5 million, and Groningen accepted. 2007-08 season. Suárez signed a 5-year contract with Ajax and made his club debut in the UEFA Champions League qualifier against Slavia Prague. He scored 1 goal in his Eredivisie debut for the club and 2 goals in his home debut at the Amsterdam Arena. Ajax finished second in league in the 2007-08 season and Suárez scored 17 goals in 33 league appearances, setting up a blossoming striking partnership with league top scorer Cristiano Ronaldo. 2008-09 season. During the 2008-09 season, Ajax head coach Marco van Basten noted how Suárez played an important role in many of Ajax's goals, but Van Basten was also upset by the number of yellow cards Suárez received. Suárez was suspended for 1 match, because he was given his 7th yellow card of the season against Utrecht in a 2-0 win. He was also suspended after a half-time altercation with teammate Alberto Suárez over a free kick. Ajax ended the season in 3rd place. Suárez scored 22 goals in 31 league matches and finished second in scoring tables, 1 goal behind Munir El Hamdawi of AZ. Suárez was also named Ajax Player of the Year. 2009-10 season. Before the 2009-10 season, Martin Jol replaced Van Basten as head coach. After the departure of Ajax captain Thomas Vermaelen to Arsenal, Jol named Suárez team captain. Suárez started scoring goals early in the season with a hat-trick in a 4-1 win against RKC Waalwijk. He had a number of multiple goal matches throughout the season, including 4-1 wins over Slovan Bratislava in the UEFA Europa League play-off round, VVV Venlo and Roda JC. He scored 3 in the first half in another win over VVV Venlo and 6 against WHC Wezep in the KNVB Cup as Ajax won by a club record margin of 14-1. Suárez scored 2 more in the second leg of the KNVB Cup final and finished as the tournament's top scorer. Ajax won the cup final 6-1 on aggregate over Feyenoord, but they finished second in the league behind 20. Suárez ended the season as the Eredivisie's top scorer, with 35 goals in 33 matches and had 49 goals in all competitions. He was named Ajax Player of the Year for the 2nd straight year, and Dutch Footballer of the Year. 2010-11 season. Soon after Suárez returned from his World Cup campaign, he scored his 100th goal for Ajax in a 1-1 home draw against PAOK in a UEFA Champions League qualifier. This put him in an elite group of players, including Johan Cruyff, Marco van Basten and Dennis Bergkamp, to score 100 or more goals with the club. Suarez continued his scoring run with a hat-trick against De Graafschap in a 5-0 win. First biting incident on the 20th of November 2010, Suarez bit PSV's Otman Bakel on the shoulder during a 0-0 draw. Ajax suspended him for 2 matches and fined him an undisclosed amount, which the club said they would donate to a good cause. The Dutch daily newspaper De Telegraaf branded Suarez the "cannibal of Ajax." The KNVB increased Suarez's suspension to 7 league matches. Suarez apologized for his actions through a video he uploaded to his Facebook page. Transfer to Liverpool. During the suspension, Ajax were in contact with other European clubs interested in Suarez. On the 28th of January 2011, they accepted a €26.5 million offer for Suarez from Premier League club Liverpool. Despite leaving while suspended, Suarez departed Ajax on good terms, and he was given a farewell send-off after an Ajax match. During the send-off, an Ajax coach spoke to him and the crowd and said how the club wished he could stay longer. The crowd applauded their agreement and fireworks followed. Ajax ended the 2010-11 season as Eredivisie champions, and Suarez was given a winner's medal for his 7 goals in 13 appearances. While he was at Ajax, Suarez scored 111 goals in 159 appearances. 2010-11 season. On the 31st of January 2011, Suarez signed a 5.5-year deal with Liverpool until 2016, and was the club's most expensive signing until the arrival of Andy Carroll a few hours later. Suarez requested the number 7 shirt, but, at the time, did not realise that it had been worn by Liverpool legends such as his new manager Kenny Dalglish and Kevin Keegan. Suarez made his Liverpool debut on the 2nd of February against Stoke City at Anfield in a 2-0 win. He came on as a substitute, and scored Liverpool's 2nd goal in front of the Kop in the 79th minute. He was one of Liverpool's best players during his partial season, and helped Liverpool go from 12th in the league in mid-January to finish 6th. He finished the 2010-11 season with 4 goals in 13 games. 2011-12 season. After winning the Player of the Tournament at the 2011 Copa América, Suarez had a disappointing 2011-12 season by his standards. Liverpool finished in 8th place and Suarez scored 11 league goals. On the 26th of February, Liverpool won the League Cup, defeating Cardiff City in penalty shootout. On the 28th of April, Suarez scored his first Liverpool hat-trick in 3-0 win against Norwich City at Carrow Road. He finished 6th for the 2011 FIFA Ballon d'Or. Racial abuse incident. The season was marked by an incident in which Suarez was found guilty by a 3-man panel from the Football Association of racially abusing Patrice Evra during a match against Manchester United in October. He was issued an 8-match suspension and a £40,000 fine. Suarez disputed this decision after a 1-1 draw against Manchester United on the 15th of October 2011. Suarez was accused of racially abusing Evra, and the FA opened up an investigation into the incident. Suarez wrote on his Twitter and Facebook pages that he was upset by the accusation and denied the claims. On the 16th of November, the FA announced it would charge Suarez with abusive and/or insulting words and/or behavior contrary to FA rules, including a reference to the ethnic origin and/or color and/or race of Patrice Evra. Liverpool later released a statement announcing Suarez would plead innocent, adding they would remain fully supportive of him. On the 20th of December, the FA concluded a 7-day hearing, handing Suarez an 8-match ban and a £40,000 fine for racially abusing Evra. In their next meeting in February, during the pre-game handshakes, Suarez avoided shaking Evra's hand, for which Suarez and Dalglish were later forced to apologise. Suarez was also banned for 1 match for making an obscene gesture towards Fulham fans. 2012-13 season. On the 7th of August 2012, Suarez signed a new long-term contract with Liverpool. On the 26th of August, he scored his first goal of the 2012-13 season in a 2-2 draw with champions Manchester City at Anfield. On the 29th of September 2012, Suárez scored a hat-trick in Liverpool's Premier League fixture away at Norwich City for the second consecutive season. On the 6th of January 2013, Suárez handled the ball before scoring the decisive goal in Liverpool's 2-1 win over Mansfield Town from the Conference National in an FA Cup third-round match. Liverpool's manager Brendan Rodgers defended his player by claiming, "It's not his job to own up," while Mansfield manager Paul Cox said he felt a little bit gutted by the instinctive handball, but admitted he would have accepted a goal scored like that by one of his players. On the 19th of January, Suárez scored his 7th goal in 3 matches against Norwich, as Liverpool cruised to a 5-0 home league victory. The following week, Suárez captained Liverpool for the first time for the FA Cup fourth-round match against Oldham Athletic. Liverpool lost 2-3. On the 2nd of March, Suárez scored a hat-trick against Wigan Athletic, leading Liverpool to a dominant 4-0 victory at the DW Stadium. In so doing, he became only the third Liverpool player to score 20 Premier League goals in a single season after Robbie Fowler and Fernando Torres. On the 10th of March, Suárez scored his 50th goal in all competitions since joining the Reds by scoring the opener in a 3-2 home victory over Tottenham Hotspur, ending Spurs' 12-match unbeaten run. He was also named man of the match for his performance after he won the decisive penalty which Steven Gerrard converted. At the end of the season, Suárez was one of 6 players named on the shortlist for PFA Players Player of the Year. Suárez finished second in the final ballot behind Gareth Bale of Tottenham and was named in the PFA Team of the Year. He was second top goal scorer in the Premier League for 2012-13 with 23 goals and Liverpool's top scorer in all competitions with 30 goals. On the 28th of May 2013, he was named as Liverpool's Player of the Season after receiving 64% of votes in a poll of the club's supporters. Second biting incident on the 21st of April 2013, during a 2-2 draw with Chelsea in a Premier League match at Anfield, Suárez bit Branislav Ivanovic. This was the second time Suárez had bitten an opponent. It was not noticed by the officials, and Suárez scored an equaliser in injury time. The bite prompted UK Prime Minister David Cameron to call on the FA to take a hard line with Suárez. The FA charged him with violent conduct, and he was fined an undisclosed sum by his club. Contrary to claims from Suárez, Ivanovic did not accept an apology. Suárez accepted the violent conduct charge, but denied the FA's claim the standard punishment of 3 matches was clearly insufficient for his offence. A 3-man independent panel appointed by the FA decided on a 10-game ban for Suárez, who did not appeal the ban. The panel criticised Suárez for not appreciating the seriousness of the incident when he argued against a long ban. The panel also wanted to send a strong message that such deplorable behaviours do not have a place in football, while noting that all players in the higher level of the game are seen as role models, have the duty to act professionally and responsibly, and set the highest example of good conduct to the rest of the game, especially to young players. On the 31st of May 2013, Suárez said he would be seeking an exit from Liverpool in the summer, citing excessive media attention on his family as a reason for wanting to leave. On the 6th of August, after Liverpool had rejected a bid of £40 million for the player from Arsenal, Suárez reiterated his wish to leave Liverpool, and said Liverpool had previously promised to allow him a transfer if the club failed to qualify for the 2013-14 UEFA Champions League. The following day, Liverpool manager Brendan Rodgers said Liverpool had not broken any promises to Suárez and that the player had shown total disrespect for the club. After this incident, the British press reported that Suárez had been instructed to train away from the Liverpool first-team squad by Rodgers. On the 8th of August, Liverpool owner John W. Henry stated that Suárez would not be allowed to leave the club. 2013-14 season, Player of the Year. On the 14th of August, Suárez appeared to reverse his position about wanting to leave the club, with reports stating he wanted to stay at the club, and that he was possibly going to sign a contract extension, citing the support from Liverpool supporters as the reason for his unexpected turnaround. Suárez returned to first-team training 2 days later after offering contrition to his teammates, but reportedly not apologizing to his manager. On the 25th of September, Suárez returned to the Liverpool team after his suspension to make his first appearance of the 2013-14 season in a League Cup third-round tie against Manchester United at Old Trafford, losing 1-0. On the 29th of September, Suárez made his first Premier League appearance of the season, scoring twice as Liverpool defeated Sunderland 3-1 at the Stadium of Light. On the 5th of October, Suárez made his first appearance of the season at Anfield, where he scored Liverpool's opening goal in a 3-1 win against Crystal Palace. On the 26th of October, he scored his fourth Premier League hat-trick, his first at Anfield, in a 4-1 defeat of West Bromwich Albion. According to the BBC, he has scored a hat-trick every 20.3 Premier League matches, the best trait of all 46 players to have scored more than one treble in the top tier. On the 4th of December, Suárez scored 4 goals against Norwich City in a 5-1 home win. He became the first player in Premier League history to score 3 hat-tricks against the same club, and took his scoring record against Norwich to 11 goals in 5 matches. On the 15th of December, Suárez captained Liverpool for the first time in a Premier League match against Tottenham Hotspur. He scored twice and assisted once as the team recorded a 5-0 win at White Hart Lane to close the gap on league leaders Arsenal to 2 points. The following day, Suárez was named the Football Supporters Federation Player of the Year for 2013. On the 20th of December, Suárez signed a new 4.5-year contract with Liverpool. On the 1st of January 2014, by scoring in a 2-0 home win over Hull City, Suárez became the first Liverpool player to score 20 or more goals in successive Premier League seasons since Robbie Fowler in 1994-95 and 1995-96. He equaled Andy Cole's Premier League record for the earliest date to reach the 20-goal mark, but set a new record low of 15 matches. His strike partnership this season with Daniel Sturridge has earned them a nickname, SAS, i.e. Sturridge and Suárez. On the 1st of March, Suárez made his 100th Premier League appearance, scoring in a 3-0 win over Southampton at St Mary's Stadium. In the following fixture, he scored his 25th league goal of the season as Liverpool defeated Manchester United at Old Trafford for the first time since 2009 by a convincing 3-goal margin. On the 22nd of March, Suárez scored his 6th Premier League hat-trick and 3rd of the season, in a 6-3 win over Cardiff City at the Cardiff City Stadium. On the 30th of March, he broke Robbie Fowler's club record of 28 goals in a Premier League season in a 4-0 home win against Tottenham, which took Liverpool top of the league, with 6 matches remaining. On the 20th of April, he scored in a 3-2 win at Norwich to become the first Liverpool player to score 30 league goals in a season since Ian Rush in 1986-87. This also made him the 7th player to score 30 goals in a Premier League season, following Andy Cole, Alan Shearer, Kevin Phillips, Thierry Henry, Cristiano Ronaldo and Robin van Persie. On the 18th of April, Suárez was named as one of the 6 players nominated for the PFA Player of the Year award for the 2nd consecutive season. On the 27th of April, he won the award, becoming the first non-European to win the award. On the 5th of May 2014, Suárez was named as the Football Association Writers' Player of the Year. He finished the season with 31 goals in 33 matches, winning the Premier League Golden Boot, with Sturridge as runner-up, as Liverpool came second in the league and returned to the UEFA Champions League. Suárez also won the Barclays Premier League Player of the Season award. As the Premier League's top scorer with 31 goals, he also shared the European Golden Shoe with Cristiano Ronaldo. On the 21st of May 2014, Suárez ranked number 1 on Europe's Most Influential Player list of the year, ahead of Lionel Messi, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and Cristiano Ronaldo, according to a study by Bloomberg of the top 5 European leagues. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?